Now, here at the Golazo Network, we like to celebrate Americans doing well and performing well all around the world. So today we thought we'd head to Croatia to celebrate an American in Rokas Pukštas doing the business for a famed club in Hajduk Split as of late. And to give a warm welcome to the show, Rokas, I don't know much Croatian, but the little I do know to ask kako si?
Dobro, Olečan.
Dobro utro. Now, Rokas, I'm here with Tom Bogert, and it's awesome to see you smile. It's awesome to see you performing well. But before we get into your on-the-field performances, what drew you to come from the U.S. to go to Croatia and play for a massive club like Hajduk Split?
Yeah, obviously I wanted to go to Europe at 16. I knew that was the right step for my development. So Hajduk being a huge development club, you know, we made it to youth league final 2 years ago. So for them to take me in, develop me, I knew it was a great step. And especially the fans too, the pressure behind the club, I just knew it was good for my development.
Yeah, speaking of that pressure, you go into a really big club, a famed club in Croatia. Take me back to some of your first days when you got there, on the field, off the field. What was it like for you to adapt to this new life, this new culture, this new team?
Yeah, it was great. I was living in the stadium actually when I first came, so I had all the resources there. I had the gym, I had the pitch, so I had everything, you know. I had every coach. If I wanted to go train individually, they would be available. So it was just a great eye-opener for me.
So he's not just lifted weights, Tom. He's doing the business on the field. As I said, in the last 2 months, you've been on a tear, and the smile says it all, man. What's changed for you recently? Because you see the confidence, you see the swagger pouring through you.
Just the trust of the coach, you know. I trust the coach, he trusts me. Obviously, with my fourth season, first team football, just to have that experience, you know, I feel like I'm becoming more of a leader of the team. And to have my teammates putting me in the right positions, it's been great.
So you got to play a little bit with a legend, and now this legend works at the club for you, and now he's your boss. And Ivan Rakitić is who I want to talk about. What has he meant to you in terms of your development, whether it's personally or professionally, and how much did you kind of look up to him as a player on the pitch?
You know, it's amazing. You see a player like that, and you see him come in, and the way that he approaches the game, especially how he is a leader off the field. The stuff that I learned from it is amazing, you know, and I see him every day too. So you can always have a conversation with him. There's been several players that have came through Hajduk, you know, Rakitić, Perisic, Subasic, all these players that have had success with the Croatian national team. So to have these people that I can ask questions every day to, it's amazing.
I don't want to break any confidences here, but is there a best piece of advice that you got from one of those legends that you could share with us?
Yeah. I just asked him the small details, you know, with Rakitić, just his scanning, the way he sees the field. So I asked him a step-by-step process of how he approaches it, you know, and he took me through everything. We stayed up after the field. He took me through all his small details that he's learned. So just everything that he's given to me, I'm more than grateful.
So watching Croatian football, and I mean, I remember watching Croatia in the 1998 World Cup, and I'm always wowed by the depth and quality they've had and sustained quality. Who were some of the greats that you grew up modeling your game after and really seeing as role models?
To be honest, I was more of a U.S. guy, so I was watching the U.S. But you see, like, how they're doing in the 2018 World Cup. And but I was more of a U.S. guy growing up. I was watching all the U.S. games.
Who were some of those players that you looked up to, that you try to model your game after?
Obviously, Clinton Dempsey, a natural goal scorer, Landon Donovan. These guys who went to Europe early as well in their career. So, yeah, those guys.
Now, for people who haven't seen you play a full 90 minutes, what aspects of your game would you say, if you were watching yourself on tape, stand out to viewers immediately?
I cover a lot of ground. I win my duels. I'm great in transition. I'm just a team player, you know. I'm very versatile. I can play multiple positions, and I just help the team win, you know. So I'm just there. Whatever the team needs, I'll do for the team. And yeah, I'm just here for the team.
And you got some good hair running around the pitch. That doesn't hurt either when it helps identifying you around the grounds. So I want to talk a little bit about your family. You got some athletes in your blood. You have a dad who is an Olympian and a mom who was a Lithuanian champion at the triple jump. What is it like growing up in a house with two, again, elite athletes?
Yeah, just every day I'm outside, you know. My mom's a coach still, so both of them are very tough on me, always pushing me. You know, I was always running with my dad when I was younger. I still can't beat him in the race. He ran the marathon. He ran the Chicago Marathon a few days ago. So to have these competitors around me that are always pushing me makes me hold myself to a high standard as well.
I can imagine that there wasn't a whole lot of letting you win as a young boy. I'm sure you had to earn everything, and like you said, you still can't beat him in a race. One day that'll happen. I believe in you.
Exactly.
Yeah, now you have the opportunity, I think I get it, right, in terms of growing up in a household where parents from one country, but you're born in a different country here in the United States. So when it comes to your parents, how much nudging do you get at the dinner table to say, Rokas, we want you to play for Lithuania?
Obviously, being a dual national, you know, you get calls from Lithuania, but you know, I made it clear, I made it direct that I'm here to play for USA. That's where my heart is. So they know where my heart is, and that's what I tell them.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So you have made it clear, and you're saying it again here. Have there been conversations with the federation? What is that like, and what do you kind of need to do, or what have they told you about maybe breaking through?
I haven't had any current contact with the new staff, but obviously I've been with the under 15s, I've been with the under 20s at the World Cup, and the under 23. So I've been around the federation. I know the guys there, but I'm just focused on my club work. You know, taking it game by game. I just have to show myself. That's it. I just have to win games for the team, and I'll be ready for when the opportunity comes.
Well, one of the biggest leads he's burying is that he actually played with Diego Luna, and you're watching Diego with the full team have success. How much of that, as a former teammate of his, motivates you to say, you know what, call me up, I can do it with U.S. men's national team as well?
Yeah, the guys like Diego Luna, Jack McGlynn, you see them, and you know, I was in their cycle with them for 2 to 3 years, so we saw each other develop. So it's great to see these guys, you know, perform, not only play, but perform for the team. So it gives me confidence because I was there with them too. And it also makes me happy that they're performing so well.
Now, kind of on a personal level, I know that you're a confident guy. You've been performing really, really well for a long time at a very good club and a very good league. Is there any sense of frustration that you're not getting more conversations or communication from the United States when, again, you've made it very clear this is what you want?
Not at all. No frustration at all. I know I have to put my head down and work. You know, every game is an opportunity, so I still haven't earned it yet. I have to earn it, and once the opportunity comes, I'll be ready for it.
On the Lithuanian side, how much are they reaching out to you? Are they trying to make it clear, like, hey, whenever you're ready, we'll be ready for you? Or what have conversations, if any, have there been with Lithuania?
Yeah, there's been a lot of calls, but I've made it clear with them. Like I said, U.S. is where my heart is, so that's it.
Now, we get to watch the U.S. men's national team here because we're stateside. You being in Europe, have you been able to catch any of the U.S. games, especially those as of late? And as a player, how do you see yourself fitting into the fold for Mauricio Pochettino and his team and his plans?
Yeah, it's difficult to watch the games here because it's late at night, but I'm always waking up, watching the extended highlights, you know, always tuned in. I think that I can really help dominate transition. I feel like I'm really good defensively and offensively in transition. So just seeing the games, that's where I think I can add to the team.
Is 2026 the goal? Is 2030 the goal? I mean, obviously every player wants to be in the next World Cup, but what would it mean to you to be available for either World Cup?
It would mean a lot. I'm just taking it day by day. You know, I'm just focused on the things that are in my control, how I work, So once those opportunities come, I'll be ready for them.
On the club side of things, again, you've been at the club for a very long time. You continue to develop. I know that there have been calls and offers. I won't put you in a spot where you have to talk about any of that, but just what's your outlook on your club situation and your own personal development on that side of the game?
Yeah, so Hajduk hasn't won the title in a long time, so that's my main goal right now. We have to win the title. You know, it's great to have these interests, but I'm just focused on my game-to-game with Hajduk and just winning games for the team.
Now, this is a morning show, and I'm going to ask you one quick question before we go to break. You being in Croatia, what's your favorite part about being in Croatia when it comes to culture, food? You can take it in any direction.
Yeah, you know, Split is like a honeymoon spot. It's amazing. The weather's great. You know, you have a lot of activities. I'm fortunate to have a place here where I have a field, I have a gym, I have a sauna. So I'm just using my resources to get better every single day.
So you don't miss Oklahoma?
Yeah, I miss Oklahoma, but, you know, it just being able to play every single day in this country is amazing.
So, I mean, I got to ask you, you teed it up with Oklahoma. I mean, what do you miss most about Oklahoma? I used to live in Texas, so we used to drive through Oklahoma.
Yeah. Just the simple life there, you know. You don't really have much activities to do. We don't have a mall or anything in my town, but just to hang out with friends, you know, hang around the campfire, just having a good conversation.
What's you have some people over and they thought the interview was going to be wrapped up? What happened there? I don't know if you caught it in your camera view. There's somebody walked into the frame behind you. They maybe thought that this was going to be over. See, he's just focused on eye contact with us. That's a leader. That's the scanning that he learned from Rakitić. Yeah. He's ready. He's always ready.
Yeah, he's pleading the fifth. Rokas, thank you very much. And I believe the word is sretno for your returning matches after the national break.
That's right. Hvala puno. I appreciate it.